Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Mike Martin again. I'm coming to you guys early this morning, early in the morning, at the top of the hour, as I got things that are on the top of my mind. But no, in all seriousness, I wanted to kind of just discuss the marketing concept, the marketing process in regards to the waitlist application, the waitlist app, and how it all kind of ties in together. And what I want to really emphasize is looking at trends in today's society, looking at the way that technology has evolved. I would use, for example, when it comes to advertising and marketing, in the past, we would probably look at the biggest or most expensive and I would probably say effective way of getting the information out would be through television or possibly even radio. And we'll kind of touch on television. We'll start there. As you have seen things kind of transition back in the earlier days, when TV was first the thing to do, everyone had a TV, everyone purchased one, and it might have, been how everyone was trying to get information out. Well, if you look at today's society, the new television would be the smartphone. The new television screen would be the cell phone screen. So as people are always on their phones or using different devices, whether it might be a phone or a tablet or wherever it might be, a computer, that has been what we have all transitioned to. So with that being said, this digital waitlist app, from a business and marketing standpoint, allows any business that decides to use the app to be placed on to have their company and business constantly in the front of the faces of all the people and people that they might not even know or might not even be aware of that's going to be using their services. And so when I created this, that was kind of the whole mindset, was to allow this app to be a marketing tool, to be really effective in driving and bringing in additional business to the service providers and the business owners. So that's kind of the first component, and the app is something that you can customize and easily share. And so once you share the app to your consumers, they have the ability, just like word of mouth advertising, to literally text, email, if they have a social media platform or profile, they can post it, and they can also share it through those channels as well. And so this tool is what I like to call it. The app itself is really, really marketable, and you get to customize it and personalize it to your liking. Okay. And then within the app itself, it has a series of different strategies that you can use to market the business. And once again, like I said, drive in additional clientele, and more importantly, help with the retention of keeping. Because it's not all about getting a client, but more so how are you going to keep that client once you have piqued their interest and they decide that they want to use your services. Okay, well, now you have an opportunity to get the repeat business and give them a phenomenal customer experience. So just wanted to kind of touch on that for a moment. Also, we want to move along to talking about trends. Okay, anytime a new trend is starting to form, as a entrepreneurial kind of person, or as someone that is a business owner or whatever you may be, you want to definitely try to get in front of the trend. You don't want to get behind it. You don't want to be taking advantage of it after everyone else has already jumped in front. Okay, and so with this waitlist application, I would say probably one of the first industries to adopt the wait list would be like a restaurant. So when looking at restaurants now, you can go, I know like there's a bread company that I go to on Lindbergh, and I know there's several other restaurants in the surrounding area where they have like a wait list system. I know downtown there's a seafood restaurant that we go to, and what'll happen is once you get there, if they have a lot of people, they'll just say, hey, we'll go ahead and put you on the wait list, and we'll send you a text, or we'll give you a phone call when you're up. You just kind of want to hang around in the vicinity and not go too far, okay? So they kind of already adopted that because they saw, people get to a place and you might be sitting, or they may say, hey, there's a 30-minute or an hour wait, and a lot of times people don't really want to sit around and just wait, especially when you're hungry, that you become what they call hangry. You're hungry and you're angry. But no, but seriously, so that was kind of the first industry that I saw adopted. Another industry would be like the cell phone industry. You see a lot of times the cell phone stores are packed, especially around holidays, and everyone wants to get the latest and greatest phone. And so I saw that be adopted, where they had a queue system just for order and structure, because a lot of times people would oftentimes get to the cell phone store and you lose order and track of who's next. And so that was something that was totally adopted. I worked for AT&T, and I seen them implement this waitlist system in which they actually moved towards even being able to set appointments. So you could also schedule an appointment with someone, and it kind of bumps you to the list. So if you had a specific rep or whoever you wanted to work with, you could, be organized and get in the store and not have to be there all day. So that was another way of seeing this trend of a wait list be kind of executed. And then I think about the traditional places like the post office, the license bureaus of the world, maybe going to the local supermarket, and you have the delis that they used if you want to grab some meat or some produce or something like that. And so going back to, like I said, the earlier stages of a waiting system, okay? So with this particular setup that we have, we've just kind of taken a couple of those components and enhanced them. Now, even with looking at the trends, like I mentioned, if you were to even go to Six Flags, they now have a waiting list to just get on a roller coaster. So the days of standing in line to get on the Screaming Eagle or the Batman, and you wait there for hours, maybe 2 or 3 hours at tops, just to ride a roller coaster for maybe under a minute, those days are even long gone now, as people are starting to wait list for a roller coaster. So my point, if you kind of can see where I'm trying to go with it, this is definitely a trend that can be very, very beneficial for a company. Even like now, when you go to call, maybe the gas company or your electric company, or a lot of these businesses have automated services where they'll say, hey, we can hold your place in line, and then we'll give you a call back when it's your turn. And so that's just another form of the wait list, basically taking time to respect other people's time, and that's what we're here to really offer to people. We're offering convenience, we're offering respect, we're offering the ability to deliver an awesome customer service experience. So I want you to really take hold of that and understand that this trend, if you position yourself properly and put yourself in front of it, and you decide that you want to find a way to incorporate the waitlist to what you're doing, it's only going to make things better. I tell a lot of the service providers that it's not really taking away or making anything more difficult for you. It's actually only enhancing. You're just adding this to what you're already doing. A lot of times, I oftentimes use the barbershops, for example, because with a barbershop, in the traditional shops, I know a lot of people now are using apps for like appointments, and once again, I definitely applaud that. This is something that you actually can incorporate around that as well, and there's nothing wrong with an appointment, but this isn't an appointment. This is a little different. I would give you the example of, like I said, a barbershop that the barbers are really solid. They're making money. They have a large clientele, and they've done their, they put in their time. The business has already been grown, and the customers are coming, and they're willing to wait. Okay. Now the thing about it is that this just only enhances the customer experience of what you're already doing, because those particular barbers may have at times they may have 5 to 12 people just in the shop waiting, okay, and it may take a couple of hours to get through everyone, and then you have more people that come in. So what this allows you to do is just sit those people on a waiting list, but the difference is that the clients actually can add themselves to the list without ever stepping foot into the shop, okay? They also can kind of see what time frame they would be able to get in the chair, and it kind of keeps things smoothly operating. It makes the experience better. It makes people want to come even more to your establishment. So I just want to kind of touch on it a little bit, just kind of having a conversation, as we would say. I'm not really trying to really sell, but I want to give you guys a different perspective of how this really all works and how it all flows, and how it, more importantly, can be beneficial to you. So I'll end it there. If you have any questions or would like to maybe give me any feedback about what I shared with you, feel free to contact me. You could give me a call. You can reach me on my cell phone at 314-349-7373. You can email me at buildyourownbrandup@gmail.com, and you can find me on Instagram under Mike Martin, the Innovator. And I'm also on Facebook under Michael Anthony Martin. So any way that you want to find a way to reach out to me, feel free to do so. And I would love to get your perspective on what you feel and think about this service as well. All right. Have a good one. Thank you.